Again, your boy DJ Oz, the total package for Vow FM at 8.1. And we're out here with the Box Fresh artist of this week. And it's crazy because he's going to get straight into the conversation, the heated conversation that we've been talking about. So the Box Fresh artist that I'm talking about is Chealex Mpanza. I'm saying it right, right?
Yes, sir.
For sure, for sure.
Definitely. That's how it is.
Chil-
Been debating what to say.
Yeah, I heard it that you were kind of doubting him. Yeah.
yeah, so Chealex Mpanza's out here on the total package. Fam, already. So we're having this conversation about when a producer or an artist,
Okay.
you heard the conversation, when a producer or an artist is faced with a situation where maybe he might get a break, but now my colleague over here is saying that the artist must negotiate the terms and conditions that's beneficial for them. But we're saying that sometimes you need to bend over backwards in order to get that platform in. Am I capturing it?
No, you're not.
Okay,
Of
just
course you're not.
okay. Capture it the way you want to capture
What
it.
we're saying is, right, when artists are faced with the situation that we said,
Okay.
they need to negotiate their terms in such a way that whatever they leave with is beneficial for them at the end of the day. And they don't end up signing all their rights away to people who then take away their product. And later on, they want to be mad that they couldn't have naming rights or they were not on the credentials of a song because you signed off all those rights. So we want to know from an artist's perspective, how,
Right.
because Oz and I are saying this from different perspectives on our own and from different perspectives from you as an artist. So we want to know from your side, how is in fact the reality and how hard is it to negotiate terms with exposure people, quote unquote?
I can say, firstly, it depends on how you brand yourself as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you know what you want as an artist, definitely you'll be able to talk yourself in the contract. But if you're still not sure of who you are, you can still bend over just to make sure that you win some certain things. Because sometimes you kind of want to expose yourself. So if you see the platform, you want to jump in and make sure that in that platform, you don't want to fight those people who are offering the platform, because if maybe you want to try to negotiate the terms, they might say, you know what, let's do for another person, because right now, it's always like that. But if I know exactly what I want, and if I feel like what you're offering right now on the table is not exactly what I want, then definitely I'll negotiate that. If you say you're going to take your contract away, definitely you can take your contract, because that's not exactly that's not what I want. So it's always like that, but it depends as artist. What is it that I'm looking for?
Now, let's say in the event that Drake was like, hey man, there's this guy called Chealex Mpanza, fab. You know, he's sounding real nice and I want to feature the guy, right?
Okay.
And then hollers at you and he says, listen, I'm not even going to put your name on the credentials. So you're not going to be named in the credentials at all. It's going to be just Drake and the track is called TTP, right? But there's no featuring Chealex Mpanza at all, right? And then he says, I'm going to pay you, maybe let's say 1,000 rands. Would you allow? Would you go for it?
Problem is with me right now, I'm not trying to make myself a big or what. Like, I don't feel like another artist should give me that platform or should feature me so that I can blow. I still feel what I do right now is still better for me, that if I can market myself or get a nice platform, I can be on that same level as Drake where he is right now. So if he's not going to credit me, then I'm not going to take that, because I'm giving away with my hard work.
Here's artists who are taking their business seriously. Sure.
Let me cut the bad music.
Like-
I'm trying to internalize the situation.
Right?
fam.
Like, I'm just like,
And you see, here's the thing, right? It's because we view Drake the way we view him. And artists have the same attitude about their music. And maybe that's why we don't get why he would not take a deal.
Wait,
with
let me
Drake.
ask this way. Who's your favorite international artist? Who's the one guy that you be like, yo, this guy, he's hella.
Stop trying to corner the guy. I see what you're
no,
trying
but
to do.
let's be real. No.
You like, right? Like, if we talk, if maybe we can put it in this way, if we can say right now, because if we can say way back, the people that I grew up listening to are not like currently active as the people that are currently active right now. If I can say right now, my guy is J. Cole.
Now, let's say if J. Cole
You're trying to
came
go
to...
there.
No, I'm not trying to...
No.
Look, if Britney Spears had to say ours, hey, look, no. Bruh. You missed me with that situation.
Okay.
So now, I'm saying if J. Cole had to reach out, same situation, and say, come through, contract, but I'm not going to put your name on the song, but you'll be with me. You'll spit a few bars there. Would you agree to it?
Still, like, let me say it in this way.
Okay.
Money can stay behind. But credibility, I need that because that's my hard work. I need people to recognize me for what I do. We can say money, if you say, dog, at this point, I'm not going to pay you for your bars. But as long as you're going to credit me for my bars so that people will recognize that I did something on that, that's my profile. I need to come through in the studio to you all and say, hey, I did a song with J. Cole. You can even check here on the credibility. I'm there. But if he doesn't write that, even if I can come through and say, nah, it could be another guy.
So you're telling me that in that situation, you just tell J. Cole, no, I don't want to be on the song.
Credit me, dog. Don't pay me, but credit me.
No, but if he
That's
says,
my
I
hard
don't want to
work.
credit you, so what's going to happen then? He says, I'm not going to credit you.
It's going to be hard, man.
Oh, so now it's going to be hard.
That's why I'm saying it's going to be hard because I'm not going to agree on that. I need my credibility.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Why don't you guys want to take the stance that he's taking? Because the issue is we can't grapple with the idea that artists have this much power in connection in relation to a J. Cole. To us it makes no sense because most of our South African artists are always willing to not be credited and go for the exposure, being paid for exposure, I'm paying you to the... And that's what I said. As an artist, if you don't take your business seriously, then there was no point in you making the beat for the guy anyway.
You know,
How am I getting exposure if I'm not exposed?
well, you are exposed because your voice is on the track. No one can take that away from
But
you.
who doesn't know? We don't know who he is on the track.
But how do we know that DJ Maphorisa was on the production?
But that's what I'm saying. With the whole, that's why I asked. How do we even know that he was on the production?
That because no one is denying it.
No one's denying it. I mean, he, as you said, he has naming rights. Like he can say,
He has
"Ayo,"
naming
right?
rights and-
But
But-
that is some sort of what is that? That's some sort of exposure, right?
You know what?
This is semantics. The issue here is semantics.
This is crazy because
It depends, man.
okay, let's link it back to your situation. So once again, like we're out here with Chealex Mpanza, right? And this is box fresh artist. But let's now take it back to you because we're trying to link this conversation with what you went through. I was reading your profile,
Yes, sir.
and apparently you guys came from what, KZN or Mpumalanga? Was it one thing?
KZN.
KZN, right? Came from all the way from KZN, right?
Yes, sir.
You're with a crew,
Yes.
and that crew is called
Quite hot flavor.
Guai Hop Flavor. So you
Yes,
came through with a crew, Guai Hop Flavor, all the way from KZN to Joburg, right?
Yes.
And when you came here, you were looking for greener pastures in terms of the industry and your career. And apparently, there was a record deal that you guys were promised, and it fell through. What happened? Just tell us about that experience.
Okay, like when we were in Durban, there was a show where there was Malaika. So we kind of met CD from Malaika, and we kind of talked like, we asked her if she can hook us up with some connection from this side. Then when she went back in Durban for another show, they came back with a group that was signed under Ghetto Rough, which were called Kabasa, and we were kind of linked to a guy called Umbilo. So the guy called us to come to Johannesburg to be featured in his album. So when we came here, the situation was changed because he said to us, now, right now, I had a problem at home. My grandma just passed away. So you can't stay with me at this certain time. I can try to ask a friend to stay with you for some time until things get resolved at home. Then you'll come through and stay with me. So he left us to this guy and take our money because he said, no, I'm going to take your money so that I can book a studio for you so that you can do your demo so that I'll be able to market you even to some other companies while we're still doing something here at Get Rough. So he took that money, went, and the guy that he left us to wasn't there by that time. When he came through, he said, no, the guy you're telling me about, I know the guy, but the problem is the guy didn't tell me anything, so you can't stay with me if there's nothing I know about you. So I'm not gonna stay with you. So can you please leave my house? So we left the house same day. We're homeless.
So how long were you guys homeless?
I can say because for me it was more than 6 months.
Yeah.
So you guys were on the streets for 6 months straight.
My guys that I came with here,
Yeah.
they didn't take I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2 weeks or half. They said, no, you know what, dog? At home, we left our bedrooms and everything. Everything was going cool when we were still at home. So right now, we can't suffer like this while we know at home we got our own thing. So if the situation is like this, if the guy is not going to come and collect us, then definitely we are going back home.
So where did you guys sleep?
In the street.
Okay. And then when the other cats bounced, why did you stay behind?
I think it was because I don't think I was privileged as they were. My situation was, I didn't see any difference for me going back because at home things were not good, and for me coming here that brought light to them things are gonna be better right now. So if I go back, I'm adding more stress, and I'm shattering that hope that they had. So I said, you know what? I'd rather suffer here in the street, suffering for what I want, than going back and adding more stress. Because once I'm here, even if my homies can go to my parents and tell them that, hey, the guy is sleeping in the street, but they still have that hope that maybe he sees something that can wake up for him.
Jeez. On that note, we're gonna pause this.
Okay.
Play one of your tracks.
Definitely.
Let's internalize the situation. So now which track are we playing? And I hope this is it's a relevant track about do you spit your story in your tracks, or is it totally different?
In the track called Uzwile, there is the story.
So we're gonna play Uzile.
Okay, cool. Let's play that track.
Just real quick before we play this, who produced this track?
It's the guy called Tweezy. He's the guy who produced the track for Speedstar called Hangout, and the
You don't
track
have to tell us
for
what Tweezy, we know
Yeah,
this
this
guy.
is
It's
Tweezy,
alright.
yeah, it's alright.
Joburg fan, man,
Definitely.
Alright.
It's about